And we're back on Central Valley Talk. Thanks for being with us today. I'm Mike Scott, joined now by Jessica Lopez from the Terraces at San Joaquin Gardens. Let me think. Fresno just north of Shaw? Just north
between Bullard and Barstow.
Bullard and Barstow. Well, I was close.
You're very close.
I was
You're
close.
very close.
I know because I had a friend that lived there for
Yeah.
many, many years, and she really enjoyed it. She's gone now, but she did enjoy her last years there.
Okay.
And you now have these new terraces, which
Yes.
is your newest
Yeah.
part of the complex out
Yeah.
there. So tell everybody about the terraces.
So in 2008, we started a $120 million redevelopment.
Wow.
And if anybody's driven down Fresno Street, they've seen the redevelopment in action, probably watched it happen. And we added residential living apartments. So the building you see along Fresno Street is a 3-story building that has 86 apartments, up to 1,500 square feet per apartment. We added amenities like a pool. There's 3 restaurants, a library, a theater where we put on full production, show movies, have dances. I like to say it is a cruise ship that's only port is Fresno. So if you're looking for a lot of fun.
And you're the cruise director.
I'm
right?
the cruise director. We have a great time there. It's really successful aging at its finest. And we've found that as Fresno's only continuing care retirement community, we've seen that people age successfully, and it's because they have the peace of mind that comes from knowing they will be cared for no matter what happens during the aging process or what happens with them financially. We're a not-for-profit. We don't ask residents to leave because they can't afford to pay. So because they have that peace of mind of knowing no matter what the future holds, which none of us know, that they will be cared for in this community that they've called home. We recently lost a resident who had lived with us for 32 years.
Wow.
And so we definitely were her home, and we're proud of being Fresno's oldest and now newest retirement community.
Oldest and newest.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, and it's a wonderful thing to serve these folks. They are truly, a national treasure, and they are the greatest generation for a reason. They know so much. They have so much history. We have a resident I talked to last week's been married for 72 years. And I said, I've been married 12 years. Give me some advice of what you did. And they just love each other to their fullest every day, and that's all it takes. So, we get to see that day in and day out with our residents and get to know them. And we really are a family at the Terraces.
Now, I want to make sure people understand.
Yeah.
You said that you will never ask someone to leave because they can't pay. But you obviously have bills to pay, and you have expenses to cover. So how does it work when someone moves in?
So they go through a financial qualification to reside at the Terraces, and we have 47 different pricing options. So really that covers the gambit for folks. I know there's a perception and urban myth in Fresno that you have to be rich to live at the Terraces at San Joaquin Gardens, and that's not true. We have many folks who are teachers and have given their life to this valley to make it better, and now we get to serve them. So there really is a pricing option for everyone. It is just about, most folks that come to us are planners, and they've planned ahead, and they've said, I don't want to wait until a crisis happens to make a decision about what will happen with me when I'm aging. I want to make the decision beforehand to know who will care for me. So we are a not-for-profit. We were started by American Baptist Homes of the West. Originally started to care for retired Baptist missionaries and ministers who'd given their life to the church, and now obviously we take care of folks of all faiths and denominations, but that's still our core. Our faith and our service heart is still our core and our heritage of what we do. So we are very proud that folks will not be asked to leave because they can't afford to pay. So we have a foundation that has over $4 million set aside just for Terraces residents who run out of money through no fault of their own. They just live to be 110 years old and go through their assets. But that foundation's money is set aside to offset what they can't afford to pay.
Okay.
So again, that peace of mind gives folks so much comfort, which is so richly deserved.
Well, I would think you would have a waiting list then of people waiting to get in there.
We used to, and then we added so many more apartments that now we have plenty of availability. We are filling up, so space is becoming limited, but there are beautiful amenities and apartments to enjoy. So I would encourage folks to come see the Terraces at San Joaquin Gardens. It really is a retirement community for the future. I mean, we plan this saying we want to build a retirement community that will be there for the next 50 years. We want to look to the boomer generation. What will their wants and needs be compared to other generations in the past? And, So we have a full spa that has massage therapists and estheticians and, things like that we plan for, a full fitness center with our own fitness trainer there, because this is an active, vibrant community. This is not what you think of when you think of retirement. I think, we go in our minds to what was traditionally called a nursing home, and this is so far on the other end of the spectrum. And that's because we know that we have consumers who want choice, want variety, and want to be cared for well. Not taken care of, but given the opportunity to truly grow and thrive throughout their years through creating an environment that I say celebrates successful aging.
Are there different levels of care? I mean, can you just have an apartment where you need no care, and then as you get older you may need a little bit more care, and then finally a lot of care? Absolutely.
So our retirement community consists predominantly of what we call residential living, which are apartments, and they have services and amenities, but
But is it 55 plus?
65 plus, but we have some folks that are younger than that.
Okay.
And then we have assisted living, which is there to provide activities of daily living assistance, so somebody that needs a little more care. We also have a memory care area, which cares for folks with Alzheimer's and dementia. And then finally, what I am most proud of is what we call our village, which is a health care center. And it is very different from a skilled nursing facility of years past. We actually worked with the state of California for over 8 years to get them to change building codes so that we could build a healthcare center that was not like a hospital. We said, we can give this care, but not in a hospital type setting. Nobody wants to live in a room with a sheet separating them from somebody else. That doesn't breed quality of life. That's not anything that anybody would look forward to. So we worked and really pushed boundaries with the state of California. We're so proud of our village, which cares for folks who need rehabilitation, maybe post a surgery, need some therapy to get back on their feet. You can do that in a beautiful home setting, a place you would want to be versus a hospital type setting. So it's predominantly private rooms. There's no nurses stations in there. They all are centered around a great room, just like at home. You have your bedroom and you go out and you have your living room and your dining room. It's exactly the same. We can provide nursing care in a model where everyone would want to live, would choose to live, and we found that people thrive. And if you have a beautiful place to rehabilitate in, you're going to do better, and it's just really something to be proud of. It's the only one of its kind in the Central Valley. I think it's the second in California alone, so we're very proud of that. And that goes back to our nonprofit status. When we built this building, we knew that we were going to lose revenue. We knew that we were going to lose money, because you make more money if you have 2 to 3 people in a room. That's how you make money in the healthcare industry. But we said, we want to do what's right, not what's profitable. So we built this building knowing we'd lose about $1 million of revenue a year by having private rooms, but it was back to our heritage and our beliefs that you do what's right when caring for folks, not always what's important to the bottom line. So we're very proud of that.
As you should be, as you should be. Pets, are they allowed?
Yes, we're very pet friendly. You'll see lots of folks walking dogs around, but yes, it's a residence home, so anything that can happen at home would happen in our community. It's just a beautiful area where you could be around other folks as you age, and as I said, be in a cruise ship whose port is Fresno. So
the lovely, it's like going to Ensenada. All right, if folks would like more information about the Terraces at San Joaquin Gardens, where can they go?
They can absolutely go to our website. There's great information, great pictures, videos, everything you need to know. Come on by and visit us.
Just stop by, huh?
Out right along Fresno Street and come see me, and or you can obviously call us on our phone numbers on the screen. But I would encourage the website. It has great information, a lot of pictures, and it gives you kind of a little glimpse into the lifestyle of successful aging that we've created there at the Terraces.
Successful aging. I like that.
Everyone wants to age successfully.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're all aging.
Some more than others. Jessica, thank you so much for coming in today. The Terraces at I almost said St. Agnes.
No.
San Joaquin Gardens. The Terraces at San Joaquin Gardens here on Central Valley Talk.